Kelian, you're up.
Oh, that's me.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna keep shooting the dude that's hurting Ciclon.
Oh, you can't. He's already.
I haven't been
dead.
hurt.
I mean, you can shoot his corpse if you want.
Oh, he's down?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I
He
didn't
took an
oh,
arrow to the chest and fell over backwards.
Neat. Same action. So, I'm gonna hold it until someone performs something hostile on a party member, and once that happens, I'll let loose another arrow.
Okay.
I think that's about to happen, maybe.
Ciclon. The snake spins around, so the hood of its back is facing you, and you see it lash out with a strike as one of these guys, but again, he catches it in his sword. And you see a lot of wounds around the snake's mouth where blows like this have been struck. It just can't get good purchase on any of their necks. Riot.
Riot's plan was to drag this guy out, but after seeing one of the others try and stab Ciclon, she's not super sure she wants to help these people anymore.
Okay.
But yeah, might as well. I'm gonna try and go forward and drag the guy away.
Okay, so you're going to move forward? And
Yeah.
you had moved forward last round, did you not?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I've got about 20 feet to move up to the dude, and then 10 feet to move him back.
Okay. Just so you know, moving away is going to... That can provoke area of opportunity or attack of opportunity from anybody in that circle.
Yeah, I understand.
Okay.
That's one reason I put mirror image up.
And so yeah, one of the dudes is going to avail himself of that.
Okay.
He rolled really badly. So he missed entirely.
Okay.
Does
He
that
missed
trigger?
all of us.
Yeah, he missed all of the riots. So Ciclon, like 7 or 8 riots, move forwards. Hooks underneath this guy's shoulders, start dragging him away. And as she does, one of the men whips around with his sword, tries to slash at her, and misses.
Does that trigger
Shannon,
my
what
reaction?
is wrong with you?
It does.
You
Cool.
fools!
All right, so don't roll this at advantage.
Do not roll
Just
at
it.
advantage. You
Alright.
can apply your sneak attack, but you don't gain advantage on the roll.
No. 9.
And the arrow goes wide. I mean, it's still really windy out here. Okay. You misjudge the strength of it, and a gust carries your arrow away. So Kelian is standing there, firing arrows. Let's hit him with some arrows. That sounds like a good idea. Kelian, you have an AC, right?
You always ask me that.
I do.
The answer's always the same. Yes.
And what is it?
15.
15. And Serenity's is what?
15 as well. She's dodging.
Okay, so Serenity, you take 1 hit. Kelian, you also take 1. Serenity, 1 point piercing damage. Kelian, 3 points. Kelian, 3 arrows come flying over the ridge at your location. You throw yourself back up against the wall in an attempt to get out of the way, but one of them pins into your leg. And Serenity, despite standing there anticipating attack and dodging the blow, one of them gets through your defenses. Looking up now, you very clearly see 4 men up on the ridge with short bows. Mahogany.
Okay, I'm looking around. Do I see how the people on the ridge got up on the ridge?
Before you entered the canyon, you had the choice of traveling up along the ridge or down into the canyon. Serenity led you down into the canyon. So
how far back was that?
Quite a ways. Long enough that if you were to go that direction, even dashing combat would be over by the time you made your way around.
All right, then I'm going to try again to try to get up there.
Okay. Strength check.
No.
And this time you land on your back for 6 points, bludgeoning damage. It's just you're finding it just impossible to climb up this wall. You're sure if you were in better shape, you'd be able to get up there. Ciclon.
As Riot's pulling him out of there, tap a couple pressure points, say a prayer to Amaterasu, and healing word him for D4 plus 3. Dude gains 4 hit points.
Okay. And his eyes snap open and he gasps a great breath. And Riot, he begins struggling against your grip, lashing out with his arm. He cries out, "Where's my blade?"
Calm down. We're here to help.
Dude's
Turn to fight. Turn to face the snake. That's just a bonus action, Brick Road.
Oh, fine.
Then he punches the guy twice. Brings him down again.
All right, hey, Mr. Snake Man. How does a 19 do you?
19 hits.
D4 plus 2. Oh, there goes the D20 again. 3 damage and block its chi.
Okay, what does that
Somehow. Disadvantage on attack rolls, can't spend superiority dice or key points, and -5 to all its save DCs. So hopefully whatever poison is working on this thing now, if someone does get hit, it'll be a lot easier to save against that poison.
do? Okay. So yeah, you punch the snake. You throw a couple of punches at it. You get you get your knuckles into one of the bare parts of its raw flesh where the scales have been sheared away. That thing lashes out with its tongue in pain. It was already moving pretty slow, and now you see it's moving a shade slower. And the dudes take that opportunity to throw swords back into it. Two stabs. Managed to find home. One of them is working the back end of the snake, up above, just the part where its body meets its tail, in one of those raw sections of skin, stabbing it repeatedly. The other one's trying to circle around and fight it head on, putting stabs in its head and face. And as they do, one of them yells out angrily that as soon as the snake's dead, they're going to see to you. Serenity.
Serenity will move into melee, but with one of the guys, I guess, and take a swing.
Okay. With your maul flail?
Yeah.
Okay.
Rage. Reckless attack.
Sounds good.
It's an armor class of 20.
That's good.
For a total of 15 damage.
15. And how does this poor man die?
Probably just break his back.
You hear his spine snap as you get him, club him right between the shoulder blades. And he falls down at an unnatural angle. Sword and shield clatter to the ground. He twitches for a few seconds and then moves no more. Bobrick dives in with his longsword. And misses grandly. He's moving slow as it is, being as exhausted as Mahogany. He brings his sword down. The man parries it aside with his shield. Mahogany and Kelian. Your past perceptions are 15 and 14?
Correct.
And someone else had a 14, Riot?
Yeah.
I have a 14, I think.
Anybody who has 14 or better, looking
I have a
up,
13.
you see the men who are on the ridge firing scatter out of your field of vision.
Okay.
That brings us back around to you, Kelian.
Well, that circumvented what I was going to do.
What were you going to do?
I was going to turn my attention and fire at the guys shooting at us.
I'll let you take a
There's
shot.
plenty of other people.
I'll let you take a shot as they're moving away from you.
Yeah, all right.
Take one out.
Yeah. I want to take one of those guys out.
There's plenty of people on the ground here too. You know?
I will do no such thing.
And your arrow just breaks along the wall as the man ducks down behind a rock at the top of the ridge.
Boo.
Carve you a new one.
As a... I don't suppose as a cunning action I can try to dash up the ridge.
You can... No, I'm not going to allow that, because you'd have to climb up the ridge, and it's a...
Yeah.
If you had second story work, I might consider it, but you don't.
Alright.
You can't take a dash action, just not climbing up the wall. Staying put?
No, that's fine. Stay put. Can I hide?
Yeah, there's plenty. There's places to hide. You can duck behind a rock.
Then cunning action hide then.
So you're going to hide behind a rock nearby, or you're going to follow Dolphinder back around the corner?
By a rock nearby, just in case those bow guys make themselves
Okay, roll that
apparent again.
sneak check.
13.
Ducking behind the rock, you realize that in your position, leaving you partially open to the opposite side of the ridge. So you grab the tail of your cloak, throw it around the rock, hoping that it will betray your position a little bit. And that's the best you can do.
All right.
The snake. You see the hesitation in the last man standing for a moment, splitting his attention between Serenity and the snake, and he decides Serenity's the bigger threat. Turns and moves, but as soon as he does, the snake, lightning quick, grabs him around the neck. And he tries to cry out, but no sound issues from his mouth. The snake lifts him off the ground and begins thrashing him at the neck. Riot.
Let's do a thunder wave. Let's get the snake in this guy in the blast.
Okay.
So let's see here. I think that's a save it has to make. Yeah, it's got to make a con save.
And it makes
Both
that
of
at
them.
disadvantage, yes.
Why would it?
It's got blocked chi.
Oh, yeah, I suppose so.
Well, no, block chi just does it's against the snake's DCs, so like it's poison.
Oh, okay. Well, then in that case,
It weakens its poison.
It got a 20 on its con save.
Okay. How'd the other guy do?
Not good.
All right. All right. Let me roll my my damage here. Oh wait. Let's see. Let's say 2d8 thunder damage. 5 d8s. That's a 6 damage. 6 thunder damage.
And then the snake takes half, correct?
Yep.
Okay. And the man is struggling, trying to get his hands up around the snake's head, and as it does, you throw out the thunder wave, and you hear all of you hear the clap of sound. The snake immediately opens its mouth, reeling back in pain, dropping the man to the ground. As it does, you realize that many of his bones are shattered. He does not move.
All right, and I'm gonna take my move action to drag this guy away further.
Okay. All's quiet up on the ridge. Mahogany.
All right, I'm going to move over towards the snake.
Okay.
In between him and my allies.
Okay.
And I am going to shapeshift back and hold my quarterstaff, and I'm going to say, we don't have any quarrel with you, but if you attack us, we will destroy you.
Elsie Clone, what's up?
And wait! I didn't get to make my held action. I'm taking a held action that if it attacks one of my allies, I'm gonna hit it with my quarterstaff.
Gotcha.
Same.
Seems fair.
Same held action.
There are no more dudes to to act. They're all. Well, there's the one in Riot. Well, you know what? Riot, make a strength check.
Okay. Let's see. What is my strength? I don't think it's great. I think it's just a
Got to beat a 12.
0.
Come on,
I
right?
did not.
You're
That's an
strong.
11. Got an 11.
Got an 11. The guy you're dragging starts struggling. You try to hold him down, but he breaks free of your grip, gets up to his feet, and starts moving back to the snake. And you see he's moving towards one of the discarded swords on the ground. He cries out a battle cry as he does so. Serenity.
So it's just the snake now is the only one. All the guys are dead or on the ground.
The 3 of the men that you killed, the one man that was killed when you arrived had been healed. Riot pulled him away, but he just broke free from her grip, is running back towards the combat.
He's only got I think 4 hit points to him.
Is he moving hostily towards us, or
He's moving towards one of the discarded swords on the ground. Looks like his intent is to grab the sword and stab the snake.
Already in action that if the snake attacks, I'll hit it back.
Okay. Bobrick slumps onto the ground, kind of confusedly, not sure what to make of everything that's happening here. So he drops to one knee, and he's breathing very heavily, but he's still holding his longsword in his hand. Kelian.
Kelian's going to shoot the guy charging for the sword.
I was hoping you'd say that.
This is why Kelian's my favorite.
Damn it!
No, you're not.
And again, just shooting an arrow into the gust of winds doesn't do anybody any good. The snake, seeing this last man coming at him, all the strength has gone out of it, and it begins just to fall to the ground into a coil of itself, seeping from dozens of wounds. Riot.
Mm-hmm.
Your turn.
Oh, okay. Let's do a produce flame on the snake.
On the snake? Okay.
Yeah. Let's see. I haven't done one of these in a while.
It is a to-hit roll, as I recall.
Yeah. Okay, let's see. Ooh, that's pretty good. 24.
Last time she was doing that, she was shooting mains. It was pretty cute.
Yeah.
24 will hit.
Is that 20? Okay. And that's going to be 4 damage.
4 damage, and you blast part of the snake with your produce flame and ignite it, and you see the whole thing's body shudder in pain, but you don't see its head rise back up out of the coil. And what's left is a singed area where the scales have cracked and fallen off. And you've got the pink and blistered flesh beneath. Mahogany.
I am going to go knock out that last guy.
Okay, you're going to direwolf him?
Yeah.
You're
Well, no, I'm currently shapeshifted back.
right,
I'm
that's
going to shillelagh him.
Okay.
There we go.
And what AC did you hit?
I crit.
You crit. That'll probably do it. More than likely. Let's go ahead and roll the damage on the shillelagh.
Like I said, I only healed
Re-looking
him
up
for like
the damage on the
4
shillelagh
hits.
because I've completely forgotten. I'm trying to knock him unconscious. Oop. 5 plus 3 is 8.
Yeah, he only had 4 hit points. You knock his dumb ass to the floor before he reaches the sword. And he clatters in the dust. And then everything goes silent for a moment.
And then I'm going to say, Riot, what the hell?
That's what I want to know. We dash in, we help these guys, and then they immediately turn on us. I'm done. I'm done here. Let's move on.
Pick up the guy and say, we should probably take a break. Mahogany doesn't look too good. You look exhausted.
To be clear, the snake's still alive. It just hasn't moved. It's coiled up in the middle of this canyon.
I say we just leave it be, and I'm going to the healing effect of Goodberry still lasts, right?
Yes.
I am going to cast Goodberry, take the 10 berries, leave them near the snake, and I'm going to say go for those once we leave. They'll heal you. And I'm going to say, come on guys, let's go.
Wait, what?
Bring that one.
Yeah, Serenity will
I'll
grab
point
the
at
guy.
Yeah.
So you're going to go back the way you came through the canyon? Or are you going to move beyond the snake the way
Let's
you
move
go?
forward.
Move forward?
Yeah.
Forward?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, let me make some quick
And I'm
notes
going to
here.
turn towards El Ciclon, and I'm going to say that's the second time your surface level heroism has gotten us into trouble.
Glare at Mahogany.
So you get free of the canyon after another hour or so march. Finding your way back out into... Whoops, didn't mean to do that. As the canyon walls get shallower and grassier, making way to another hilly area. What is done with the man you took from the canyon?
I think we should take a long rest, tie him up, and find out what the hell in the morning. Just because I'm curious.
Serenity's alright with that.
Okay. So you make way to the edge of the canyon, make camp. Who's taking first watch?
I will.
So while Mahogany, nobody gets the benefit of the rest yet, because it's going to happen within the first hour or so of the night.
Mm-hmm.
While your companions are resting, sleeping, the man comes to. How do you have him bound, if at all?
He's bound up with rope, but you say the man comes too?
Yeah, he comes to. He's awake, and he's struggling against
I
the
cast
bonds.
Shillelagh and knock him out.
Okay. So, well, it just happens. Don't bother rolling, because he's bound,
right.
and you're not trying to kill him. He comes to and looks at you angrily. He moves to say something, and you just don't even give him the chance. You just clap him alongside the ear again.
Mm-hmm.
So, how are you moving this man as you go? As you
I
travel?
figured that... how long did we travel after we got out of the canyon?
Maybe an hour or two.
Alright, in that case, I'll probably just help Serenity carry him.
Okay. Whoever's carrying
String
the
him
man...
up on a pole or something.
Whoever's carrying the man, I'm going to add another level of exhaustion.
That's
Oh,
fine.
in that case,
It might not want to
I'll
be
let
Mahogany.
I'll let someone else.
Yeah,
wants
Serenity
to
can
help.
do it.
I'll do
Serenity
it
can do
too.
it? Serenity LC clone? Okay. So you lash him to a pole. We'll say that you fell a sapling or something coming out of the canyon area, the first errant tree you came across. Strip the leaves off of it, lash him to that. The most uncomfortable pole you've ever seen in your life. Carrying him along. So after the rest, you all have the benefit of a long rest, which wipes the exhaustion that you got. Everybody, remember, you can spend hit dice. You don't refill your hit points at the long rest, but you can spend hit dice and you regain half of your hit dice every long rest.
Before or after spending them?
That's an excellent question. I'm going to say after.
Okay.
So you spend them and then you recover. Usually it's not a situation, but in this case it will be.
I'll spend one and the con bonus will put me back at full.
Okay. So no matter where you travel or how quickly today, Serenity takes at least one, or Serenity and LC clone will take a level of exhaustion from carrying the man. So do you
Oh,
want
I don't think we're gonna carry.
No, we're
him
not going to
back.
keep carrying him. We're going to, well, now that everyone's rested, we're going to talk to him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just want to know what the hell. I'm just curious.
So you splash some water on his face, and he comes to. And he looks and sees that he's bound, and he looks like he's about to open his mouth and say something angrily, but then he claps shut. And says nothing. And it's just, he's not looking at anybody in particular.
Step up and say, "Look, friend, we saw you were having problems, and we tried to step in, but your friends decided
And he interrupts
they
you by
didn't want our
spitting
help.
in your face.
Kelian retaliates by kicking him in the gut.
Wipe the shit off of my mask and say, Kelian, you didn't need to do that.
Yes, I did.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
I mean, the man, he'd be doubled over if he wasn't lashed to this pole. He's sputtering and coughing. Kelian having knocked the wind out of him.
And I'm gonna say, do you want to talk or do you want to stay here tied to that pole when we leave?
He says, "It matters not. My men will catch up with the rest of you, and you won't last the day. Do what you
Your
will."
men are dead on the canyon floor.
That doesn't seem to get a reaction out of him.
And then I'm gonna say, or do you mean the cowards on the ridge? Because as soon as they saw us coming after them, they broke and ran.
Question.
Yeah.
Was there anything back when we were like scaring off the other member of the Vile Hunt? Was there anything marking him as a member of such?
No. They didn't have any kind of
Okay.
markings.
Then I'll just go ahead and ask him. Are you with the Vile Hunt?
And he replies, "Who's asking?"
Your captors, apparently.
If you mean to kill me, I'd have it done to spare me the indignation of your questions.
If we had meant to kill you, you'd be dead already.
So you're not going to talk then?
And he just meets Riot's gaze. Stares her down.
Alright, let's leave him be.
Let's go.
So you just leave
Okay.
the prisoner kebab laying out on the ground?
Yep.
Yeah.
We have plenty of spare rope.
And as he sees you marching away, you see him begin to struggle against his bonds. And you start moving away from him. A couple of yards, and you realize that Doffinder has stopped. And she's standing, kind of looking at the ground for a moment.
What is it?
Then she draws a dagger from her belt and turns and starts walking back to the man.
Nod.
And I'm going to say, he
I'll go
attacked
with
us
her.
when we went to help him. Isn't that killing offense in Sigil these days?
I think that's the plan, Mahogany.
Well, we're not on
And
Sigil, are
Mahogany will
we?
shrug.
And she kneels down and begins cutting the bonds at his legs
Oh, bloody hell.
till he kicks free of the post.
I'm going to go rush up before Doffinder gets herself killed here.
Okay. And as Riot rushes up, so what do you actually do to intervene? Let's start there. Like, do you try to wrench the dagger from her hand? Do you try to roll the prisoner kebab away from her?
Yeah, let's try and wrench the dagger from her hand.
Okay. She doesn't put up any resistance when she sees you approaching. You grab the dagger and she lets go of it. At this point, she's cut the bonds of the man. He's trying to kick himself upright, but he's still bound to the pole across his chest and by his arms. And as you arrive, Doffinder explains, and you see she's very conflicted. She explains, if this man is a member of that vile hunt, then he has infracted upon the laws of the Beastlands. I can't relinquish him. I must take him and see justice meted to him.
I'll say, listen. I gave him his chance.
Well, Riot's up there. Ciclon's not.
Yeah.
I said I was going back. When
Riot, go
Doffinder
ahead.
turned around,
Yeah, thank you. I say, listen, there are no laws on the Beastlands. He can't be in violation of them because there's nothing for him to be in violation of. The only law here is what we decide to do with him, and what we've decided to do with him is leave him be.
She says, if there's a death sentence, I'd just as soon carry it out myself.
And then, in that case, I'll give you back the dagger. And I said, and I'll say, listen, I understand. I get what you were going for. It's a noble impulse, but maybe take the rest of the party with you before you put yourself within arm's reach of a madman.
And she takes the dagger. You see her hand is shaking, and you see she's still very conflicted.
Kelian shouts, "Slice his neck, it'll be quickest."
And she kind of burbles out some words about how he's been found guilty by a sworn member of the Mercy Killers in violation of, at this point she kind of stammers out, not sure what to say, something about natural laws of the Beastlands. And she does, plunges the dagger into his neck, and holds it there until the man burbles out his last blood. And she pulls the dagger, wipes it clean on him, and her hand, still visibly shaking, returns it to the sheath in her belt.
And I'll pat her on the back and say, well done.
And then,
we gave him his chance, and he spat in my face, quite literally.
and all of you can see, Doffinder took absolutely no joy in doing this. This is, Kelian probably knows best amongst you that this is most likely the first man she's killed.
Yeah. I'm just trying to calm her down so she doesn't feel terrible.
How are you doing that?
I guess I'm just gonna talk to her as we keep going.
Okay.
Just reassure her that that she did the right thing and so forth.
Now, are you sincerely, or are you telling her pretty lies?
Pretty lies.
Roll a charisma deception at disadvantage.
Okay.
I also want to talk to her as we go on, but I mostly just want to find out how she feels about what she did.
Okay, we'll finish up Riot first, and then we'll
Okay.
Be right
handle
back.
that.
I'm trying to find my deception thing. Okay, here we go. Oh, that's pretty good. My low roll was a 20.
Holy
Wow.
shit. Where? Oh, okay. I'm looking at the table for the dice. Now, Nick, I told you I trusted you.
No. It was not a 20 on die.
Right.
It's an 11 on die. But Riot's deception is +9.
And her heart's racing, and the shakes stop after you guys march a little ways away. And you're trying to reassure her. You're trying to tell her what you think she wants to hear. And after about an hour of walking, she just tells you, just, please, stop. I don't want to hear the words of an anarchist right now.
Alright.
Mahogany, just trying to get a sense of how she feels about what she did.
Mhm.
She feels terrible about having to end the man's life, but she considers it her duty as a member of the Mercy Killers. She couldn't leave that man without justice being done, one way or the other.
And Mahogany will just say, as long as you feel okay with what you did, you'll turn out fine. You'll be fine.
All right, so we're going to continue.
Mahogany's not really too interested in reassuring her.
Yeah.
He's just curious as to, is this the kind of person that Dolphinder is?
Well, up until this point, your interaction with Dolphinder, you've never seen her in a situation like this before.
Exactly. That's what Mahogany's interest.
Gotcha. She asks you if she did the right thing. She says you spent more time on the Beastlands. Is that what passes for justice here?
Mahogany will shrug and he says, on the Beastlands, it's either hunt or be hunted, and most likely you're doing both. He tried to take out that snake and our party, and he got. That's the law of the Beastlands.
Got out of it.
Will you make me a promise, Mahogany? If we come across more of these men, this vile hunt, help me bring them all to justice. Exterminate them if need be.
And Mahogany will think about it for a couple minutes to see if this is how he wants to react to it.
Okay.
And then he'll nod and say, if that's what you think we should do, I'll help you. To Mahogany, these people have put themselves in a constant state of war with everyone on the Beastlands, so for him to respond in kind is fair enough.
Alright. So where are we traveling from here, after everybody's rested up and ready to go? Serenity, which direction?
Before we do that,
Yeah.
we're pretty sure that those guys were from the Vile Hunt.
Dolphinder seems convinced, but you did not see any concrete evidence.
Okay.
Yeah.
Riot asked, but he refused to answer.
You refused to answer. Okay.
Let's continue south.
Just wanted to get that ironed away.
El Ciclon.
Yeah. Let's do that. Let's do that thing I do. 21.
The wind comes to a standstill, and it gets very, very hot as you're moving to the south. Uncomfortably so.
Does Mahogany get his
Yeah, if he wants.
I got a 19.
19? So yeah, go ahead and pick one of the 4 along the edges of this desert here.
Once McDohl picks his, I'll pick mine.
Well, we're
Yeah,
heading,
you're heading
south
south.
already.
Oh, okay. I like checking out the area next to where we're going. So.
Okay. And again, you're continuing to move through these, the rocky plateaus have given way to sweeping hills with fields in between, with some slight forested areas. Serenity's having a very easy time finding food and game and water as you're moving south through the hills. And you get 1 more hex.
Continue south.
Yeah, ready? Hold on. 19.
19. And Mahogany, where would you like to scout?
Let me roll first. 23. Same line.
Same way? Okay. And at the end of the day's march, you find yourself back in another area of rocky desert. Please bear with me just 1 second.
Alright. I'm gonna swap out my spell set, but
And what's the watch order for this rest?
I'll take first.
I'll take second.
Serenity will do last.
I'll sleep for 12 hours.
I would like to say something now, just so I don't forget, because I forgot last time.
Uh-huh.
Which is that at the start of every new day, I'm going to spend one of my spell slots, even if we don't take a long rest,
Okay.
and pass out two good berries to everyone, so they can use them to bring people up if they go down.
Okay. Make sure you declare that
no.
though. Like, make yourself a note so you declare it.
I thought we said that we couldn't that the.
It doesn't work for sustenance. It does work
Oh,
for
right.
health.
It still
Right.
works for health.
Okay.
Serenity.
Mhm.
Having spent some time on Bitopia, I will give you a 10% chance to understand what you're seeing here. So
Okay.
throw some percentile and try to get underneath a 10.
Metal is the 10's 10.
That's metal.
Nope.
What is Serenity's passive perception?
12, I believe.
12. A spike-backed, 8-legged monster comes from around the rocky outcropping where you guys have made camp. And the thing has wicked claws on all 8 of its legs. It's walking... it's definitely a beast, not like insect legs. Big, meaty, muscly legs. As it comes around the rocky outcropping. Right now, everybody else is asleep. Except for you.
Is it moving towards us? Or?
Oh yes, it's coming for you with hostile intent. So that is initiative.
Yeah, I'll shout to get everyone awake.
Okay.
Now, when you say a beast,
No, it's a monstrosity.
Can I?
that is a word that has a very specific meaning to me.
No, you cannot turn into one of these.
Do I get the benefit of a psychic focus, or am I boned for that?
You can use a bonus action to activate that now, remember?
Yeah.
Can you not? So it doesn't matter
You're right.
whether you put it up or not.
You're right. Okay.
So everybody roll initiative. Everybody's going to be surprised except Serenity. Because you're all asleep.
Yeah.
So what is Riot's initiative?
13.
13. And what is
I
Kelian's?
have a question.
We'll do. I'll follow straight after initiative. Kelian, what's your initiative?
19.
Okay.
19?
19.
And Elsie Clone.
20.
It rolled big.
Serenity, if you get beat by all these sleeping people, what is Serenity's initiative?
13.
13.
Put it beneath Riot.
Mahogany.
18.
18. For those of you watching, I always break initiative ties alphabetically, just because that's the easiest. So, when I start running Ravenloft next month, I absolutely expect everybody's name to be like Adam or something.
With 6 A's.
Just like 6 A's.
Aarakocra.
Eric.
My name is just me one.
My question was shit. Oh, has
That's the
been,
worst question.
what was the turn order for taking watches?
Serenity was last.
Yeah, this happened on the last
Okay,
one.
so
Ciclon was
an hour.
second.
All right, got it.
Elsie Clone, you're asleep. Mahogany, you're asleep. Kelian,
Hey,
you're asleep.
um,
Riot, what?
Burn a psychic point for not surprised.
Yeah, but you're asleep is the problem.
Okay, fine.
I mean, you're mechanically surprised, but you're also unconscious on the ground.
Okay, fine.
But Serenity, you do get the initiative. This thing is moving towards your group with malicious intent.
How close is it?
It came right. You all had made this camp up against an outcropping of rocks, and it came right around the side of that outcropping. So within about 20 feet.
Hand axe is out. Move in, rage, reckless attack. First attack hits a 16.
16's good.
For 9 damage. Offhand bonus action. Also hits unless the armor class changed.
Nope.
For 4 damage.
So what's the grand total damage?
13.
13? Oh, come on, calculator. I don't want negative numbers here. He doesn't have negative hit points. There we go. That's better. So you dive forward, clasping your axes. And it's not a particularly large monster. It's about the size of maybe a large wolf. And you begin locking combat. Do you make any move to wake anybody else up?
Yeah, I shout for everyone to wake up as soon as I see it.
Okay. Serenity. I need a Constitution saving throw. DC is 12.
She passes.
Passes. For a moment, you lock eyes with this creature. And for a split second, you feel all the joints and muscles in your body stiffen to the point where they're painful, especially in your fingers gripping the hilts of your axes. But it passes immediately. And then the thing tries to take a bite out of you.
15 for armor class.
And you reckless attack, yes?
Yep.
And it bites you for 8 piercing damage, which I think you can resist, right?
Yep.
Plus 10 poison damage.
Which I can also resist.
And this thing reaches forward and chomps down on one of your forearms, very painfully because the muscles are still tense when it clamps down. You feel this burst of pain for a moment, and when it comes away, you see it's left this disgusting residue all over your arm. It's going to bring us to Ciclon. You are not surprised, but you're laying prone.
Stand up and close in.
Okay, you get... It was 20 feet away, so you can get 15 feet forward.
20 feet.
20 feet, because
Monk
you have
speed, yo.
higher movement.
Monk
So
speed, yo.
You can all get up. That's right. Monks don't have movement speeds. It's just a little infinity symbol.
It's just a guess.
I
my
think
movement
what
speed
happened
is
was
40.
the monk was supposed to have a speed of 8, but they accidentally typed it on its side. So yeah, you can get up ins.
I'll get up ins and uppercut. I developed a DP, so I'm gonna do that.
Well, he does have a speed of 8 right now. 8 squares.
That's true.
That's 5.
AC 5 does not hit.
Yeah. Yeah. Bonus attack flurry.
Spending a key point for flurry of blows.
Yep, key point for flurry, and the 19 on die will probably hit.
Oh yeah, 19 hits.
And then I rolled another 3, so no. 4 damage.
All right, and punching this thing, its head and its back is covered with these giant spines coming off. So you try to punch it where it has joints to get some soft underbelly hits in, and you throw out a Shoryuken. Doesn't ignite. You're not that high of a level monk yet.
Yeah.
But you do get a good hit up between its second and third legs on the side. Mahogany, you are prone.
All right, stand up.
Yeah,
Well, actually, I'm still gonna stand up. But how far away is it?
20 feet.
All right, I'm shifting into Warhorse,
Okay.
and I'm going to make a trampling charge at it.
Okay.
Because 20 feet was the number that I wanted.
20 feet's the number that you wanted.
Yeah. If I'm 20 feet away from it, I can attempt to knock it down with a charge.
Okay.
That's a... 18.
18 hits.
All right, it has to make a DC 14 strength check or be knocked prone.
It's fine.
Okay.
And what was the damage?
It's going to get to make an attack of opportunity against me too, because I'm going to blow past it a little.
Okay.
7 bludgeoning.
And it will take a bite at you. Now that you mention it. That'll hit AC 22.
Yep, that hits.
11 piercing damage. And 6 poison damage.
All right.
This thing takes a bite out of your back haunch.
Okay. And yeah, I'll blow past it 10 feet.
Kelian.
Can I shoot it while prone?
Yes. Why not? If you had
I'ma do
if
that.
you had a shorter longbow, I'd probably say no, but you got a crossbow.
Cool. Alright. Do we get advantage?
What do you have gaining advantage?
I didn't think so.
Yeah,
not a damn thing. That is 24. Or... plus 4 is 12, plus... 19 piercing damage.
19.
Like, in my head, what I've done is I've basically opened my eyes, grabbed the crossbow, rolled over it, and shot him.
One
then
swift
fallen back to
motion,
sleep.
your eyes open, you grab the crossbow, and you shoot it. And the bolt gets lost somewhere in the spines on its back, but the thing cries out in pain with a roar, throwing its head back, so you know you've hit something vital.
And then I'll stand up, or hop up.
Ryota.
Let's see. I'm going to cast Dissonant Whispers as a second level spell.
Okay.
So let's have that Wisdom saving throw.
How's 16 do?
16 passes, so it's just going to take half damage from
Okay.
this.
And that is psychic damage, correct?
Yep.
Remember to aim for the legs.
Now let's see. That's 6, 9, 13. So half of 13.
Okay.
And unfortunately, it doesn't have to run away.
Serenity.
Serenity's gonna go ahead and keep axing.
Gonna axe it some questions.
Yep, she's got 2 questions actually. First question is, does an armor class of 22 hit?
No, it had armor class 23.
And the second question is,
damn it, the
does an
Tarrasque.
armor class of 10 hit?
The first hits, the second does not. Good questions, though.
For 11 damage on the first swing.
You begin hacking at this thing's forelimbs. Or begin, I say continue. And... Riot. Let's have a Constitution saving throw, please. DC is 12.
Alright, give me 1 second here. Con is not one of my good ones. Oh, 13.
13?
Yeah.
And you feel the same sensation that Serenity did. All your muscles and joints lock up for a moment, and it's very painful, but only for a second, then it passes. Just as you meet this thing's gaze. And then it's going to take a bite out of Serenity. AC 15?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, did you attack recklessly?
Yep.
Let me see if I crit. I don't. 10 piercing damage, which you can resist. Plus 7 poison damage, which you also resist. As this thing, once again, bites into your leg. Has many wounds covering its body, though, as we come back around to Ciclon.
Go for one of those wounds and try to block its chi there. Depending on how this first one hit goes. Haha, no. Key point, since I missed that, key point for Flurry of Blows.
Okay.
There's a 16 there, but this other one. 15 plus, How does a 20 and a 22 do ya?
Both hit.
Alright then. Wow. Thank you, Die. 6 damage.
And you continue to aim blows at this thing, working its softer underbelly and the areas where Serenity's plunged it with its with her axe. It is not enjoying that.
Well, I should hope not. I mean, I'd be kind of annoyed if someone was poking me in the tummy all the time.
Mahogany.
All right, I'm gonna run away 10 feet and then bolt back 20 to try to catch it with another trampling blow.
Okay, roll it up.
My little Nodal, my little Nodal.
Strength save was 20.
Okay. It did get hit, I think. 16?
Yeah, 16's good.
It did get hit, but it didn't get knocked out.
Right, how much damage?
One moment. 5. Bludgeoning.
Knocking this thing's over...
Oh, wait, no, 9. 9 bludgeoning. I'm sorry about that.
9? Okay. Knocking this thing over has proven to be a lot more difficult than you expected. Because like I said, it's not an extremely large creature. It's about the size of a large wolf, and it's got 8 legs gripping the earth. So every time you throw your weight into it and try to knock it over, trample it to the ground, it doesn't actually tumble over. It seems to absorb your blow, and it's going to take another bite at you as you go past. How does an AC 9 do?
That doesn't hit.
For Mr. Horse. Okay.
I think that's the first time an armor class of animal has been missed. I feel such joy. And I've got 30 spare speed, so I'll just take 20 of that.
Okay. Kelian.
I'm gonna shoot it again.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
Shoot it to it.
22.
That hits.
Oh, my 22 hit, so can't imagine why your 22 wouldn't hit. Bricko's just being a jerk.
When it's bloodied, it becomes a Trask.
Yeah.
Ah.
Plus 4 is 8, plus... Plus 7, 15.
And you see the thing rearing back to try to bite Ciclon. And as it does, you aim your crossbow and put the bolt right up into the roof of its mouth. And for a second or so, it spasms as it tries to chomp down on the bolt and break it or work it loose with its tongue. But after 2 or 3 seconds of movement, it stops, crashes to the ground, and it moves no more.
Nice.
Stand up, let out a slow breath, and say, "Whew, well, that was an exciting thing. I'm going back to bed."
Stranger's gonna hack at it a bit with their axes. Does it look like there's anything on here for dinner? Breakfast?
There's plenty of meat. Yeah. I mean, this thing has lots of muscle.
Mahogany's really pumped to be a warhorse, so he's gonna bring her back and go.
Oh, goodness. Yeah, there's lots of meat on this thing.
Yeah, sure. She'll start making a job of butchering it.
So, nobody gets the benefit of the long rest. It was interrupted with the monster. Unless you're going to stay here for another... that was the end of the long rest. If you stay here for another 8 hours, I'll give you the benefit of it.
I mean, if I can just rest to spend some hit die, I'll be fine. I don't know about anyone else.
You can do that you can do that as a short rest. You can spend.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
Can we take another short?
Yeah.
Then? Is that what you guys are saying? Okay, cool. Because I'll get my my druid stuff back.
So who eats this meat?
I'll eat it.
Serenity's going to.
I'll eat.
Yeah.
Riot? Is Riot eating the meat?
Is there a way I can tell if it's poisonous or not?
With a nature check, I'm going to call it DC 20 because you don't know what this creature is.
Can I assist with my ability to identify poison?
I will let Kelian make the check because he has he's skilled in Poisoner's Kit. He can check to see if there's anything poisonous about the meat.
Yeah, you do that because if rather than make a nature check to tell whether the meat's poisonous, I'd rather use like a survival check to try to cook it in such a way as to cook out the
Well,
poison.
what I'm saying is it's two separate checks. Kelian will be making a poisoner's kit check. Mahogany will be making a nature check. So there's no assisting happening. You can both make separate checks. What I'm saying.
All right.
Okay.
What's poison?
Wow.
I've never
Wow.
seen poison
Wow.
before.
What is even? What is even?
The problem is, without knowing what this creature is, there's no way to tell whether or not it's safe to eat. And neither of you know what this creature is.
That was delightful. Both of you guys just rolled ones.
What is this poison you speak of?
Oh well, I'll shrug and we'll find out, and I'll use that survival that I was talking about. I'm gonna try to cook out the poison if there is any.
Okay, so you attempt to cook it in a particular way.
Yeah, because I'm assuming I've been on the Beastlands. I've cooked things that were poisonous before.
Well,
There's got to be a way.
I'll leave that up to you. Does Mahogany make a... I mean, Mahogany already said he ate it, and so did Serenity. So you guys are locked in.
Yeah. No, I'm gonna eat it.
Yeah. Everybody
I'm
who's
trying to
eating,
cook out the poison.
let's have a Constitution save, DC 10.
Damn it.
Bless you.
Thank you. Serenity makes.
Con is my bad
I
one.
fail.
Nope.
So who passed? Xanthes passed, and Bobrick passed.
Yes.
Serenity passed.
Those of you who ate the meat and passed, you found it incredibly tough, difficult to chew. Not pleasant to eat at all. The taste and texture of it, not disgusting. In a pinch, you could avail yourself of it, but very much not pleasant to eat. Those of you who failed are restrained for 24 hours.
Well, looks like we're stopping here for a little while longer.
It happens to Dolphinder first, after she takes her first bite and swallows it, and you see just what happened to Serenity during the fight. All her muscles lock up, and she falls over on the ground, totally immobile. And then a few minutes later, everybody else who failed, that happens too as well.
All right. I'll make sure at least everybody's comfortable and move them into a position where they can.
They're definitely not
Where-
comfortable.
Well, I mean, like not so
Yeah.
they're not laying like they're like face down in the dirt.
Okay.
you
Like, I
know,
mean,
legs over the head.
you actually have to reach forward and close their eyes because they can't blink with their own muscles.
Jesus.
All
Okay.
So who all is suffering right now? Dolphinder and which of you guys?
Kelian is.
Kelian, Mahogany,
Riot never ate the meat.
and Riot didn't eat.
I kept trying to say that, but I think it was muted.
Yeah.
But I was very clear that Riot was not eating that.
That's fine. So yeah, Mahogany, Kelian, and Dolphinder, both of you, 2 levels of exhaustion. At the end of the 24 hours. Assuming you guys wait 24 hours, you guys going to wait it out? Or are you going to carry these guys with them as you move?
I think we should wait it out.
Yeah, we should
honestly.
wait.
We should wait it out. Otherwise, we'll just end up getting exhausted ourselves.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, when they finally come to, the 3 of you, you've been awake and conscious that whole time, and your muscles, your entire body was just tensed up to the point where you start coming out of it, the pins and needles are almost unbearable. Dolphinder cries out in pain as the effect starts to wear off, and the 3 of you are just totally wiped. There's still plenty of meat left on the monster.
Nope. Nope.
DC 10, you said?
Nope. So we're not doing that again.
Fortunately, no other monsters came up on you during your 24 hours of trial.
Is that
don't know why we
long
did.
rest then? If we have to just sit there for 24 hours, can we take a long rest?
You all can. The 3 who are restrained cannot.
Okay.
And at the end of it, they're all going to have 2 levels of exhaustion from being there with their muscles tensed up for 24 hours.
Alright, I get my spell slots back then.
Yes, you do.
Well, how do you get back exhaustion? The only way is long rest?
If you take a long rest, you regain 1 level. So there'll be, if you all want to wait until you're ready to go, it'll be another 24 hours in this spot. At which point you will risk, of course, further encounters.
Let's keep going
We are-
but
Yeah.
at a slower
There's
pace.
no reason to keep going, though, is because when we're exhausted, we're moving half speed anyway. So we'd save just as much time by getting rid of the exhaustion before we go.
Yeah, Dolphinder, Mahogany, and Kelian are moving at half speed with 2 levels of exhaustion.
Yeah.
Like, I could deal with that by transforming it into an animal that moves at double speed, but these two can't.
Yeah.
So yeah, okay. So we'll stay again. Stay one more time.
So for another 12 hours to heal up that 1
Burn
level?
the exhaustion. Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
And except for the fact that it is now raining in sheets, it's an uneventful stay. Very uncharacteristic for your place here in this rocky desert area. It turns your entire campground to just this very unpleasant mud. It gets into absolutely everything. And it's just coming down in waves and waves. But at the end of it, the 3 of you come around and you're just back to halved on ability checks.
How's Mrs. Fluffy Bottom taking it?
Not well.
Okay.
Oh, you know what? In fact, I guess I better roll a con save for her too. No, she spent the 24 hours
spider?
also restrained. Totally locked up. And, no, I mean, her fur, she's totally covered in this mud as this rain comes down. Matted, a few of her claws have broken on the hard terrain. No, she's having the most miserable time of her life. I'm going to run to the fridge and refresh my drink. Do you guys want to take like 5-10 minutes?
Yes.
Yeah,
definitely.
sure.
All right, let's take a 10-minute then.
Be right back.
All right.